Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is pretty much flat there. On the S&P Nasdaq down about 0.5%. Semiconductor flat. Dow, Russell 2000, transport. These guys are up about 0.5% each. Banks and energy, they made a move here, 1% and 3% positive. However, biotech is down about 1.3%, healthcare down, utility flat, home builders up, retail made a move, emerging market up a little bit, Bitcoin up, gold, silver miners are down, dollar up, oil up, treasury bond down, VIX popped a little bit. Let's go to S&P 500 ETF. Spider, 65-minute chart here. So this is where we closed yesterday, and it looks like we actually saw another gap up here this morning, and looks like when we did see that gap up, bulls kind of went for it. Remember this down gap that was open down on May 5th? We talked about the fact that boss bears are hanging out, retreated to 425 area. Well, it looks like boss bears are not happy today. They brought it down pretty quickly on the second hour. And that looks like third, fourth, fifth hour, another downturn. And with that downturn on that fifth hour, bears were able to fill that up gap that opened up this morning. And that's a good thing for the bears, because you can see there are many up gaps that's been opened up in the last month or so. And that's been really making things hectic for the sellers. It's supporting the buyer, because these up gaps, the longer these up gaps open, the more it's going to support the buyers, right? And now that boss bears are hanging out in 445, 430 vicinity, bulls were not able to kind of fill any of that gap. We actually got to that level, and that level quickly acted as resistance this morning. I'm going to zoom out later and you'll see what I mean. But right now, bulls are working with this rising pivot here. As you can see, that level did act as support yesterday, and we saw that gap up this morning. We're back at that level, right? Prior resistance, a potential new support. Also, not to mention, my micro-term moving average is conveniently hanging out just underneath. That market did close right on that micro-term moving average, coinciding with the rising pivot. We got a kind of a micro-term support that bulls are working with here at 420. If we do lose this level to the downside, should the bears decide they're going to push it even more, 416 is the next level of support. You can see that prior peak here, right? And then the gap there. I'm going to zoom out here. As you can see, the gap right here. So bulls were not able to fill any of that down gap that was opened down in May 5th. I mean, boss bears made sure bulls can't even come close or even eat any of that down gap. So we are back down here. And I think the only thing that we're going to think about here is at what level are the buyers going to step in to bring it back up to, battle with the boss bears once again. Or are the bears have any kind of energy here? Any kind of can they build any kind of momentum? Let's check out that oscillator. So that oscillator, you can see we are currently seeing that cross down. You can see right here, that's the cross down. But you can see a couple times here where I'm gonna put this up a little more. Where what the buyers get, just because it crosses down doesn't always mean that price has to fall. You can see right here, and we did see that cross. But you know how you see that, that price consolidates, and then bulls make another run here. Same thing what happened here. We got a little bit of downturn for a day or so. That's here, but you can see next day for about 2-3 days or so, bulls make a move here. Same thing happened here, where it looks like there was that cross to the downside, and here looks like it was a cross to the downside, and here looks like there was a cross to the downside. But what the buyers been doing is that, correcting through time, biding their time, letting that oscillator reset so bulls can rest before thrusting one more time. So as of today, that oscillator is crossing down, especially bulls got all the momentum here. So what the buyers want to do is to correct through time, keeping that oscillator kind of, reset while the, moving sideways of the price, correcting through time, and then gather the momentum again and bring it right back up. Obviously, bears don't want to see that. Bears want to see maybe something like this, where just bring the price down and bring the oscillator with it.
Yeah. If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo. Okay?
Yeah, no, I have the memo. I've got it.
It's a little bit of different scenario, different condition today versus where we were just about a month ago. Just because we have buyers gain so much confidence and a momentum in the last month or so. So I think this is a level where bulls are going to fight. So 416, 411 is going to 11. I'm going to come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening and go train tomorrow.